John's girlfriend had long been complaining that she was not getting satisfied because his dick was too short, and now she'd announced she was going to leave him and find a bigger guy, and John didn't think he could stand it if she left. Everything else about their relationship was great, and he begged her to stay a little longer. He promised her that he'd figure out something, and she agreed to give him 1 week. Well, in desperation, John goes to see a doctor to ask if there's anything that can be done, and at first the doctor said no, really nothing. And then John, he wasn't convinced, and the doctor said, well, there is a new experimental, well, no, better not even consider that. It was too new. There wasn't enough information about what could go wrong. But John wasn't going to have any of that. He said he was desperate. He'd try anything if it'd give him a longer penis. And after some argument, the doctor agreed to send him to the university hospital for this operation. This operation consisted of attaching the end of a baby elephant's trunk to his penis, but repeated again that he definitely didn't recommend this operation and wouldn't take any responsibility for any results. Well, John had the operation. It was a success, and within the week, John was ready to put his new tool to work. He was really going to surprise his girlfriend with this thing, and she'd be delighted. It was really big. So first he took her out to a fancy restaurant, and they had a perfect meal. And as they're finishing up dinner, John got a devilish idea. Unzipped his fly under the tablecloth, took it out. And then, before he even knew what was happening, this penis snaked up over the edge of the table and started feeling around and found a hard roll on the table. And with a little sniffing sound, grabbed the roll, zipped back underneath the tablecloth. John's girlfriend was just delighted. Can you do that again? She said. And John says, well, I think so, but I don't think my ass can take another one of those rolls. At a resort, this fellow walks up to an older fellow who's sitting in the sun sipping some iced tea. And the younger guy says, hey, you just going to sit around all day? How about if you join me for a round of golf? Nah, the older fellow says. Tried it once, didn't like it. Well, then, the younger fellow says, how about a swim? It might be just as refreshing as that iced tea there. Nah, the older fellow says. Tried it once, didn't like it. But if you're game for tennis, my son's going to be here soon. He's usually up for a game or two. You might want to play with him. The younger fellow says, I presume that's your only child?
Yeah.
Tried it once, didn't like it. All right, there was a farmer who had a brown cow and a white cow. And he wanted to get them bred, so he borrowed his neighbor's bull. And he turned it loose in the pasture, and he told his son to watch and come and tell him when the bull was finished. Yeah, Daddy, says the little boy. After a while, the little boy came in the living room where his dad was talking with some friends, and he says, hey, Pops. Yeah, said his dad. Bull just fucked that brown cow. There's a sudden lull in the conversation. Father says, excuse me, takes the son outside, says, son, you mustn't use language like that. You should say the bull surprised the brown cow. Now go and watch and tell me when the bull surprises the white cow. Father went back inside the house, and after a while, the little boy came back, and he goes, hey, Daddy. Yes, son, did the bull surprise the white cow? He sure did, Pop. He fucked the brown cow again.
Yeah.
Returning from the men's room, a bar customer was shaking his head. What's the matter? Said the bartender. Well, while I was in the bathroom back there, I noticed among all the scribblings on the wall, one said, Wendy gives really fabulous head. Absolutely the greatest blowjobs in the whole wide world. Buddy, I wouldn't give it a second thought. We get jerks in here like anywhere else, says the bartender. Well, I know, says the head shaker. One of them scratched out the freaking phone number. There was once this woman who was, well, sad to say, very flat across the upper body. Year after year of seeing beautiful, large-breasted women walking away with handsome guys, finally it got to her. So she decided she would have large tits at any cost. So at first she went to a breast treatment center and asked for larger breasts. After several weeks, despite all the injections and fillers, her breasts weren't any bigger. She was despairing. She went everywhere, but everything she tried came to no avail. So she went home and cried and prayed for larger tits, and after several days of this, During one of her praying sessions, there was a sudden poof, and her fairy godmother appeared before her. Well, dearie, you want larger tits, do you? Oh, yes, yes, please, fairy godmother, give me bigger tits. I beg you, the woman begged. Okay, calm. If you promise to stop bothering me, promise? Yes, I promise. Okay, then. Shish, swoosh, swash, liftity, leftity, belisha, blue, boom, boom, there. Now, dearie, whenever anybody says pardon to you, your tits are going to grow an inch. Fine, bye, dearie. Poof, in a flash and a smell of burnt hair, the fairy godmother left. So, of course, the lady went a spell immediately. She ran out of her apartment and, seeing some unlucky passerby, collides with him deliberately, promptly fell to the ground. Oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry. Are you all right? Tits bulged forward a whole inch. Oh, no, I'm fine, she laughed, and she ran back to her apartment, inspected her breasts. Oh, they were actually an inch larger. In fact, exactly 1 inch. So she decided to try again the next day. Following morning, she contrived to bump the manager and spill her coffee into her lap. Oh, pardon me. Here, let me help you clean that up, the manager said. Her tits jumped forward just another inch. Oh, I'll clean it up myself, she said, and ran to the lady's bathroom and gleefully examined her breasts. 2 inches. I've got to celebrate, she says. That night, she went to a posh Chinese restaurant. I'll treat myself to the best. After all, I could easily beat out Dolly Parton by tomorrow. I'll be famous. I'll be famous. And as she sat there, a waiter passed by carrying aromatic dishes. She stretched, delighting in the feel of her breasts, and her arm banged in the waiter's midsection. The waiter fell with an audible oof, sending dishes and sauces all over her. And groveling, the waiter says, 1,000 pardons. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. The new American ambassador was being entertained by an African. They spent the day discussing the progress of the country with the Russians before kicking them out. They built us a power plant, an airport, and taught us how to drink vodka and play Russian roulette, he says. The ambassador looked and said, Russian roulette's a dangerous game. Are you? Oh, right. That's why we invented the African roulette. Would you like to play it? I'm not sure. How does it work? So the African claps his hands, and 6 gorgeous black women, all new, come in this room. Choose the one you want to give your oral sex. Oh, I guess it's a lot better and a lot less risky than Russian roulette, says the diplomat. Oh, the chief says, not when one of them's a cannibal. A blonde man was badly constipated. He had been for several weeks, so he went to a doctor to try to alleviate his problem. So the doctor prescribed suppositories and told the man to take once every 4 hours, and the man left the doctor happy his problem would soon be gone. So when he got home, the blonde guy quickly took the suppository, swallowing it down with a glass of water. After 4 hours, nothing happened, but he figured these things take time, so he swallowed another one down, hoping he would reap the benefits very soon. But after several days, he was still constipated, so he goes back to the doctor. And when he explained that he took one every 4 hours, just as prescribed, the doctor says, "What the hell are you doing, swallowing them?" And the blonde man says sarcastically, "No, I'm shoving them up my ass." This next joke is for men only. Supposedly, women do not like this joke. They don't. I did when I. One fine morning in Eden, God was looking for Adam and Eve. So later in the day, God saw Adam and he asked where he and Eve were earlier. And Adam says, "Well, this morning Eve and I made love for the first time." God said, "Adam sinned. I knew this would happen. Where's Eve now?" Adam said, "She's down at the river washing herself." "Damn," says God, "now all the fish are going to smell funny." Satan comes down to visit a famous, utterly ruthless Hollywood producer, and Satan says, "It's a proposition for you. I can get you any deal you want with any business on any terms you like." The producer's eyes light up. And what do you want from me? Satan smiles and goes, "Your immortal soul." And the producer sits back, ponders, strokes his goatee, and says, "I don't get it. Where's the catch?"